I really love this school because I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and it just gives me a lot of freedom. If you need help or you're feeling overwhelmed, there's still structure enough that you can go to the teacher and say, okay, what can I do now?
I like the flexibility of my classroom, how they don't pressure you into doing something really fast or at a certain pace.
If we're struggling with something, maybe they'll just keep us in that area so we can keep improving on it and mastering it. And if you are mastering that, they'll level you up, and so you can feel comfortable and challenge yourself.
Mastery-based grading is ensuring that students are working on their Springs I-CANs, which are aligned to our Common Core state standards, in a unique way that provides opportunity for reteaching, teaching them that mistakes aren't necessarily a bad thing, that they're opportunities to grow and to learn.
Trying to see our students as to where they are in a particular I-CAN or a particular skill, and starting with the level 1 of being a novice all the way to a level 4 as an expert, trying to help them gain the skills that they need so that they move on from all the way to 1 to a 4.
If a child doesn't master a concept, it's not that they're just told 0, F, you're finished. It's more try a different way and try this again, so that they do eventually master whatever the concept is.
After we've finished a project, we can kind of evaluate and say, okay, have we learned all that we can learn? And if we have, then great, we can move on and teach it to another student or choose something else. And if not, then we can kind of go back and learn more.
In a lesson, you might be paired up with Bob or someone like that. And if Bob doesn't understand, you help Bob, or if you don't understand, Bob helps you with it.
Because what did they tell you? That if you can teach someone,
then you can
you've mastered the skill.
Each child is different, and each child has her own level and basing of learning.
The ownership of the learning and the process remains with the student. They're able to keep ownership of the process and the grading within their own initiative.
If you don't get higher than 80% on the test, you have chances to retake it, and you have chances to study before you retake it, so you can really memorize and grasp what they're trying to teach you.
We figure out ways to help that child become successful. And every time we test again, they get better and better. Confidence builds, and then they can actually say, I've mastered this skill.
Mastery learning allows kids to not give up, to let them know that persistence is important, that striving for accuracy is important.
It's students now being able to say, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to go. It's definitely much more student-led.
Here, they encourage it a lot. Don't give up. So say you're struggling in a subject, don't just quit. They're not just going to give up on you.
We don't want to teach our students that finishing a task is what's important anymore. We want to show them that it's the journey that matters. Having grit, having that trial and error piece is really what's going to make them a better citizen in this world and eventually make them become better people.